Welcome to Amaka Intellectual Factory, where I host podcasts and many other interesting stuff. Sometime in October 2024, I posted 3 videos titled Black Women, the Importance of Your Social, Love, and Sex Life, Parts 1, 2, and a concluding video. However, the concluding video is anything but a conclusion because this conversation is still very much ongoing on this channel. What do I mean by Black women with patriarchal attachments? Now you know this wouldn't be Amaka Intellectual Factory if I did not explain that to you. Black women with patriarchal attachments are Black women that a man or a group of men or a cult of men that genuinely believe these Black women belong to them. This man or men would attack anyone that as much as admires the Black woman they believe is their property. Take it from me, these men that act this way believe you are their property. What I mean by patriarchal attachment is beyond a possessive partner, be it a boyfriend or even a husband, current or ex. Yet, a patriarchal attachment can still come from a boyfriend or a husband, current or ex. Patriarchal attachments have spiritual and occultic implications. Patriarchal attachments are tied to sorcery, witchcraft, demons, occultic webs, disgusting sexual behaviors, and curses. Well, it's that time of the year, right? Where gloomy and dark clouds rule the sky. So I guess it is more than in order to talk about the darkness that creeps around us. Only this time around, it's not for entertainment. It has to do with the battle for our souls as Black women, the salt of the earth, and the universe at large. When I talk about patriarchal attachments, I'm not talking about a mere jealous boyfriend or husband, be them present or exes. I'm talking about women that a man or men see them as their property because at the time of this man or men claiming rights over these Black women did not have any protection. It could be that as a child, as is the case a lot of times, unfortunately, for most Black women, it could be that as a child, the parents of this Black woman did not protect her from child molesters or warlocks. Warlocks are men that practice witchcraft. Even more pathetic are instances where Black girls are born into families with a lot of the Black men in their family belonging to bloodthirsty and women-hating satanic male cults. So when these men put their hands on little girls and engage in unholy activities, they don't stop there. They put curses on that girl child that they violated. These male relatives that do abominable things to their female relatives could be uncles, brothers, or even the father of the girl child. Outside of patriarchal attachments that occur through the family are the non-relative patriarchal attachments Black women suffer from by being around other Black men they are not related to and men of other races who are themselves warlocks and women haters. It gets even worse because these non-Black men just hate Black people. Non-relative patriarchal attachments are increasing greatly because of globalization and the aggressive push for people to date or have sexual intercourse with people outside their sole companionship. It's not just an interracial issue, but even among Black people, this is a problem. It's like the Black American saying goes, all skin folks ain't kin folks. I will break down this Black American saying in future videos. But things have gotten way more dangerous for Black women because of this interracial relationship psychological operation or social engineering causing a lot of Black women to get sexually involved with these men they have no business even associating with. And now we are wondering why the STD rates among Black women have gone up 5 times, or why Black femicide, kidnap, and sexual abuse has also increased. Yet no one is looking into what has changed in Black women's sexual behavior, which is Black women having intercourse with more Black men and especially more non-Black men at an alarming rate and much younger ages. A lot of these men are warlocks. They practice very satanic witchcraft. So when you involve yourself sexually with them, they would claim ownership over you. Even if it is a one-night stand, anyone with a sense of discernment will immediately notice some monitoring spirit activities surrounding Black women with patriarchal attachments when you try to get close to these women. A lot of Black women also get these patriarchal attachments when they go to parties, get drugged through their drinks and raped. This thing is actually very common in America. I have lost count of the number of women passengers that told me they were drugged and raped at a party or club they went to when I was a Lyft driver. So just because these Black women tell you that they are single doesn't mean that they aren't under patriarchal occultic bondage. A lot of Black women in America, Black Americans and Africans alike, have not just male sorcerers in their family constantly putting curses on them, but Hispanic and white male and even Hispanic and white female witches constantly putting curses on them. When you express likeness for these types of Black women, you will notice that these Black women start to get an unnatural increase in attention and people desiring them. Because these types of Black women usually suffer from low self-esteem. This artificial attention will get into their heads, and if care isn't taken, these black women will start sleeping around. To their gullible low self-esteem mind, they think they are so irresistible that all these men are vying for their attention. But in reality, these men are passing them around, sleeping with them, and maybe even at some point drugging and raping them. A lot of these types of black women ultimately become whores from the vicious combination of these male sorcerers' witchcraft. They don't know when it becomes easy for them to sleep around for financial favors, because financial attacks are one of the major ways men use to turn women into whores, witches, and criminals. Some of these black women have wickedness in their blood too. That also makes them very easy targets for patriarchal attachments and attacks. I'm speaking from personal experience with multiple black women that I have tried to get close to. This is not just about the second Igbo woman I talked about in my video series titled Black Women: The Importance of Our Social, Love, and Sex Life. I have had similar experiences with other Black American women. With the second Igbo woman in my video series titled Black Women: The Importance of Our Social, Love, and Sex Life, I remember always observing a multitude of people around her every time she came around my area. Let me quickly add that she told me very clearly that she was single. Anyway, I also observed an increase in her workload. Even before we fell out, she was no longer as cheerful as she used to be. She told me she was seeing a therapist, and when I asked why, she said because of all of this. I felt great compassion for her, but I couldn't start telling her about monitoring spirits, gang stalkers, and occultic networks, black and white alike, that I observed all around her. I could see that she was so deep into their web. I figured if we met up as we planned, then I could gradually get to know her and tell her more about these activities and how she can get away from it and protect herself. But our meetups never happened because on both occasions that we planned to meet up, I canceled on her. I can understand how this would annoy anyone, but the way she reacted, with the type of text she sent to me, coupled with that unforgiving spirit of hers that made it impossible for us to reconcile after our fallout, I knew without a shadow of a doubt I just avoided serious trouble. My canceling our meetups caused us to fall out, and understandably so. But given the build-up of our, should I say, situationship, our fallout should not have lasted more than a week or two tops. I will stop here for now, just to stop this video from being too long. But do stick around because part 2 is coming up right behind this one. Anyways, until next time, take care of your lovely selves. And remember, life is beautiful and worth living.